Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and as somebody who has been playing Call of Duty for a very long time, and with Call of Duty 4 being my original Call of Duty, the one that started me out with the series, I'm wondering, where is the hype for Modern Warfare Remastered? Where exactly is that? Because I don't see a lot of people talking about it. I don't see a lot of news coming out in regards to Modern Warfare Remastered. I don't see Infinity Ward talking about it, Activision talking about it, or of course, the developer Raven Software talking about it, because Raven Software doesn't really say anything to anybody ever. Where is the hype for this game? For me, and maybe this just strikes me as on a personal chord, I suppose, because I am somebody who started off with Call of Duty 4. It was one of my favorite games in the Call of Duty franchise. I have like 50 plus days played in the multiplayer. I have all the achievements in the campaign. I've played that game so much, and the idea of remaking Call of Duty 4 is amazing to me, especially because not only because it was the first game I played, but because it was the game that revolutionized the Call of Duty franchise. If you guys don't know, Call of Duty 4 was considered to be a game changer in the first-person shooter market way back in the day. It revolutionized Call of Duty. It revolutionized how first-person shooters are going to be made going forward, because of course every FPS seems to be trying to compete with Call of Duty in one way or another. It added to the game perks. It added to the game custom class. It added to the game kill streaks. It added to the game customization and a prestige system. These are things that are just standard in Call of Duty now. We've never had them in the Call of Duty series before Call of Duty 4. It was such a big deal. Of course, I played the game so much, and I have to wonder, why are they not hyping up this remake? There are so many things that they could be doing better in regards to Modern Warfare Remastered, yet they're not really talking about it whatsoever. If I were Activision, I would be showing off the maps in Modern Warfare Remastered. I'd be showing off the guns in Modern Warfare Remastered. I'd be talking about perk changes, if there were any. I'd be doing at least weekly videos showing off different aspects of Modern Warfare Remastered, because here's the thing, guys. This game is almost 10 years old, and it's just going to be a remake. They're not adding anything to the game. They've already specifically mentioned that in the past. They're not going to be adding anything to Modern Warfare Remastered, although they may be removing some things. We already know they got rid of 10 of the multiplayer maps. But if they're not going to be adding anything new to the game, and it's all stuff we've already seen before, but it's going to be looking different, and of course it's going to be remastered, then why not show us it? There's no spoilers, because it's been out for almost 10 years, right? It would encourage Infinite Warfare pre-orders if they had these weekly videos going out, showing off the various maps, which of course we do have a confirmed list for 5 of the 10 maps in Modern Warfare Remastered. We know that we're going to be getting back Crash, Backlot, Crossfire, Overgrown, as well as Bog, and I absolutely love every single one of those maps. Crossfire is my least favorite of those maps, and most people consider Crossfire to be an amazing map, so that's a pretty good lineup. We already know those 5 are going to be in there. Why don't we see some gameplay of these maps? Way back in May, Raven Software actually was doing an interview with Forbes magazine. If you guys want to go ahead and check that out, I'll have a link to it down there in the video description. And in there, they mentioned how they used the map Overgrown as kind of their proof of concept. It was like the first map they worked on, and they rebuilt absolutely everything from the foliage and the grass on the map, which the map was full of foliage, to the wind. They changed how the wind would sound and how the light effects were going to work and how the sky looked. And they, of course, messed around with the buildings and the textures. And why not show all of this, right? Why have we not seen anything about this? It's been 3 months since they did that interview. I know it doesn't sound right, 3 months, but it really has been, guys. It's been a quarter of a year since they talked about Overgrown and how they remade it from the ground up. It's been 3 months since we learned about Crash, Backlot, Crossfire, Overgrown, and Bog being the 5 confirmed maps that are going to be in the game, with 5 other ones yet to be confirmed, right? It's been 3 months since then. We haven't really learned anything about Modern Warfare Remastered, or Infinite Warfare for that matter. Of course, we did get to see some gameplay trailers, which was nice. We got to see from Modern Warfare Remastered specifically the Crew Expendable mission, which was nice. I was very happy to see that, because we got to see what the game was going to look like, and it looks absolutely gorgeous, way better than Call of Duty 4. People look back at COD 4 with these rose-tinted goggles as, you know, this amazing looking game. I mean, we're not talking about gameplay here, we're talking about graphics and aesthetic here. And if you go back to Call of Duty 4, it's very apparent that it was made in 2007, is what I'm saying. When you go back and play that game, you compare that to even Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 3, it's very apparent that game is almost 10 years old, even though it still looks pretty good, and it won many awards for how amazing it looked back in the day, right? But it's still a pretty old game, and so when they updated it, and we got to see some gameplay of it, we got to see the new MP5, we got to see him hold the new AK-47, we got to see, of course, the entire, well, most of it anyway, the crew expendable mission on that boat, which is actually going to be the map Wetwork in the multiplayer if they decide to include it. Like, it's just, you get to see so many great things there, but it was just one little thing. Why are they not showing off a lot more in the game? And this goes back to something that I have been so concerned about ever since they announced that they were cutting 10 of the multiplayer maps from the game. If you guys don't know, counting DLC, there are 20 multiplayer maps in Call of Duty 4. We're only going to be getting 10 of them in Modern Warfare Remastered. Ever since they announced that, I have been worried that they may actually be cutting down on the content of this game. And it just kind of just goes hand in hand with everything I've been saying in this video. If they didn't have anything to hide with Modern Warfare Remastered, if they're going to be keeping all of the guns, if all the perks are going to be there, but only 10 of the maps, like if only removing 10 maps was like the only change they're making to the game, I think people would be perfectly okay with that, and I think they'd be more willing to show off Modern Warfare Remastered. But since they're not showing it off, that leads people like me to wonder, why aren't you showing this? Is it because you really are removing a lot of the weapons in the game? Are you really going to be cutting down on the perks in the game? Are you guys really going to give us a half-assed, stripped-down version of Call of Duty 4, slap remastered on it, and just use it as a way to bolster pre-orders on your new Space Warfare game? If that is what they're doing, I'm going to lose so much respect for Activision, Infinity Ward, and even Raven Software. And to be fair, I have a lot of respect for Raven Software because they've never done anything shady to me. Infinity Ward, however, I don't really like their games that much. Historically, going back over their past couple of ones, they haven't been my favorite Call of Duty games. I'm a big Treyarch fanboy. A lot of people know that, right? So they're not really in a great spot for me, Infinity Ward. And if they were to actually, do this and be a part of this, then it's like, because they're executive producing this game, that would just lower my opinion even more. It's already pretty low for Infinity Ward. Activision, I don't think anybody has a good opinion of Activision over the past couple of years, all the microtransactions and all the bad changes they're making to Call of Duty. Don't do this. Don't half-ass Modern Warfare Remastered. Do not take something as beloved as Call of Duty 4, the godfather of the Call of Duty franchise, you could say. Don't do this. Don't half-ass it. I hope that it's all for naught. All the speculation is for naught. But that's what it comes down to, is it's speculation, because we don't know anything about the game, and it's August. It is August, ladies and gentlemen, and usually by now we know everything we'd want to know about a Call of Duty game. Like, that's just the very nature of Call of Duty and their marketing, right? We always seem to know this stuff, and they're remaking the most beloved Call of Duty game, at least in my opinion, of the last 10 years. At least one of them, right? I understand a lot of people like the newer games like Black Ops 2, and a lot of people like the original Black Ops, or maybe even Modern Warfare 3 and stuff like that. But for a lot of people, Call of Duty 4 was the game. YouTubers especially. That's what got a lot of us onto YouTube in the first place. So many of your favorite Call of Duty YouTubers started off on Call of Duty 4 because it was just the game that got so many people into the franchise. And if they were going to half-ass it, I don't know. I really hope that's not the case, guys. I really do. But it's just odd that they're not showing us anything. Like I said, if there's nothing to hide, why not show it? It's not like there's going to be any spoilers for it, because we've seen the game that's been out for almost 10 years. Why not show us the maps? Why not show us the guns? Why not show us a lot of stuff with the game? If anything, it would encourage pre-orders if it looks good. That just makes sense to me. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. It's just something I wanted to get off my chest. I was talking about this on Twitter last night. It hit me. Where is the hype for this game? I don't see people talking about it. There's no news coming out for it. It's like, oh yeah, there's this thing that may be coming out as a bonus to Infinite Warfare. And that's like all they've really talked about so far. It's like, can you give us more information and more details? This is COD 4 in 2016. I think people want to know about it. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude the video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, please drop me a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.